the fireworks coming into 2026 have finally died down, and I think it's somewhat time to reflect on the year 2025. So with that being said, I feel like we should take this time to talk about the most influential things of 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like, what were the biggest things? What were the biggest happenings, events, people, anything that went on in 2025? If you feel like you can give more than one, by all means, give more than one. But whatever was the biggest one to you, let it be known.
I guess I'll start out, unfortunately, but working with
Unfortunately,
kids, no, because what I'm about to say just has a reflex. But working with kids, when it comes to counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 was definitely easily take the cake, one of the biggest influences of 2025.
I don't even know what this is. What is that?
It
So
started out from a song, and he's like 6. I don't even know who the artist is, but it
and
started out
Hardy
with.
Boy don't know. We gotta educate him on what this is.
That's the thing. It's really nothing to educate, but it's gotten so big now that when you watch the basketball games and the players are about to score 67 points, the kids in the stands are going insane. Like, instead of doing the wave, they are going insane doing this, and
Wow.
it's terrifying, but it's also interesting because I guess in our age, we had 1738, we had 21. 21 might be the closest to 6.
21 is probably the closest. We used to just randomly say 21. I don't even know where
Yeah,
that came from, but we
especially
used to just
from
say
the
that.
vine. What's 9 plus
Yeah.
10? 21.
21.
So I guess we can relate,
Yeah.
but
TikTok is this generation's Vine.
yeah. But 6, 7 definitely takes the cake. I know I probably triggered a lot of my teachers out there, a lot of my other clinicians working with kids. Anybody who has a child, anybody who is in contact with children, that's really triggering, I know. But that's
It
going to be
is.
my biggest influence of
6,
2025.
7. And they really walk around saying that. Like, I don't even know what it means.
6, 7? 6, 7? Like,
6, 7. And it's on anything. They'll try to set you up. They'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
we just need to start skipping.
Right. We just gotta skip the next two numbers.
Just say 8, 9.
Right. It's
But
bad. Hardy don't even know, but Hardy, just know
Okay.
it's bad. It's
okay.
bad out there.
I'll
It's
take
bad
your
out
word
there.
for it. I was trying to think what we were using back in the day. I'm scared, but I'll accept that for what it is. A
Hardy,
generation moving forward, generation doing their thing.
what would be your biggest influential thing?
My biggest influence, and it kind of lands personal for two reasons. I would have to say the official inauguration of Donald P. J. Trump. What is
J-
Donald?
Ooh,
Donald J. Trump
Elemental P.
as the second term in office as the president of the United States on January
feel it, though.
2025. The inauguration of Donald J. Trump as the president of the United States. And then, we went through that period, and it was a well, to some it was a relatively quick year. Those who were able to
That was quick.
sort of observe from the sideline, as opposed to those that were really in
the
the
trenches.
mix. Exactly. But the year appeared to have gone by relatively quick, considering. And the exclamation point was when the government literally shut down for, I think it was a record 45
43.
plus 43, 40-something days.
43
I think
days.
that was the record, just about. And, I was affected personally, so that's my 2025, what is going on.
What the heck? Nah, yeah, that was huge. And I know you were affected by it personally. I was affected by it on the flip side, whereas people were losing jobs. I was gaining more business. I work in, as a event and banquet manager, and in hospitality, we were getting all because the museums were shutting down. all the other venues and things in DC were shutting down. So they were sending people across the bridge to Maryland and Virginia to hotels and convention centers like that. And so we were gaining more business and getting business that we wouldn't normally get in our dead period, having us going even harder. So yeah, it was truly a tough time. And even some people at my job were, before the shutdown, kind of leading up to it, which kind of, now that we put two and two together, you could see it. But leading up to the shutdown, certain people were getting laid off in my area at my job, and then bam, the shutdown hit. So it rings home. It definitely does. And that's a tough situation because so many people live paycheck to paycheck. So I couldn't imagine, like, some people get checks weekly, some people get checks bi-weekly. 43 days, that's a month and a half.
Yes.
That's 3 to 6 checks right there that I can't pay. So, and like I said, they're living check to check, not, I got some in the savings, so I can pull from that a little bit. No. Like, I need my money this Friday. I needed it actually yesterday, but I need it this Friday. My bills, I have no lights, I have no heat.
And see, this time around, we've faced this before. I'm gonna be quick, but this time around, there was no mandate by the government to tell the lenders and the banks, give them a break. We will carry you until you get on your feet and we get things back in shape. There was no, I could send them a letter and say, this is what, government is co-signing. I'm gonna do the right thing. Carry me, defer me for a period of time. The government didn't issue that letter or that correspondence that you could go out to your lenders and your banks and your renter, your landlords with that letter to say, hold me down. The government, boom, boom, boom. Here's a letter to co-sign, and I'm gonna do the right thing once we get back on our feet. None of that went out, so you had to really kind of fend for yourself because you had to convince the landlord you was going to do the right thing, or you had to send out that notification saying, this is where I am. I'm being affected by this current situation. So, yeah, it was tougher than, years past.
Definitely, man. So, yeah, I would say that's a big one. That, Hardy, you might have won with that one.
2025, baby.
This was a competition too?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a competition. No. But I'm just saying,
it makes you go,
as hard as that really hit, it's like, wow, yeah, that was not quite COVID, but it hit. For me personally, I got a couple, man, and I don't know which one I want to use, man.
The host can do that, Saran. They can have a couple, right? They can have 3 or 4. They can
make the rules. He make it a competition in the middle of the
why not? You know what I'm saying? If you the host, if you the founder, why not? You can do a lot of things. Y'all co-founders, but I got the mouse. I got the mouse, right? I can mute. I'm the productions manager right now, so I can do a lot right now. No, I would say for me personally, I would say probably, if I'm gonna be corny, I would say my 30th birthday. That was a huge. I made it to 30, guys. I made it to 30 in 2025.
Was that 2025?
Lord have mercy. Yes, that was my 30th birthday in January. Yes, I'm a 1995 baby. 30 years later in 2025, I was 30 years old. So
30
that
episodes,
was
30 years.
30 episots, 30 years. We in there. So yeah, I made it to 30. I think that was the biggest and most influential thing for me. But outside of that, I'm a huge OKC fan. We won our first championship, NBA Finals. That was great. That was a great birthday present. I love that. That was influential. But if I'm gonna stop being selfish, let's share. Really, to what I really think was probably the most influential thing was probably the movie Sinners. I think personally, the movie Sinners was probably just as big as when the Avatar movie came out the first time, when Black Panther from Marvel movie came out, Avengers Endgame, those were like blockbuster, we really, and they broke records. They were breaking stuff. They got 16 nominations for the Oscars. They got which I think they had like the most leading for that too. I actually just looked that up. It says they won, which is crazy, and they only won 2 awards. Don't get me started. That's gonna trigger. But yeah, they received 16 Academy nominations, which is the highest that has ever been, and then grossed 368 million worldwide. And what really stuck out to me most about that was Michael B. Jordan played, as some people would say, 2.5, 3 characters.
It put him in another sphere.
I think he truly ascended to a whole new. I don't think, and I say that because in a movie it's a little bit harder. Like I know we see TV shows, people playing multiple characters. They're, Martin, That's So Raven. They can put on different clothes, play different characters. But to do it for a length of a movie, and you're facing each other, and you're going in and out. And, I watched the behind the scenes stuff that they were doing and the rigs they were putting on him. And then, the lookalikes. And then they were spending crazy money. They were sending like shots out to Australia to match the faces on people. Wow. And then he'd come back. It was like 12 hours to do his whole makeup every day. Come on, bro. You're spending, and that's like to get his hair right. Because, Smoke got his hair this way. Stack got his hair this way. Smoke is in blue. Stack's in red. Yeah. It was insane, man. And the fact that you were able to switch your personality, I think that was the hardest part, to play 2 polar personalities, but to be linked, right? The camaraderie, the brotherhood, the twin, the telepathy that they had. Like it was like you couldn't separate them. Like they knew how each other were thinking. Right. And even though one would get sick of the other or this, that, and the third, it was like, I still got you. I know we here. This, that. Yep. Literally to the end. To the end. To the end. My man he tried.
Yeah.
He tried. So
that's crazy.
I think Michael B. Creed was huge. I think Creed was huge for him. I think he had the Denzel effect when he had to do Prince T'Challa like that in the Black Panther movie, where the ladies didn't like the bad boy Michael B. I don't think they like Michael B. as the bad guy or the antagonist, I'll say, in that movie. Kind of like Denzel in Training Day and stuff like that. But I think this one set them off. And then, they had a rocking cast too, man. They had a couple new faces, a couple old faces. Haley Steinfeld did her thing, which comes to find out, she is part Black. People don't know that. She has some Black in her. Her grandfather. So she was actually passing, like she was trying to play in the movie.
Yeah.
And then the old school Lindo, the old brother.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then the new kid,
the new up and coming kids singing, man. Yeah, they were.
That soundtrack. Ooh.
And just seeing how Michael B. and Ryan Coogler work together, like this is their 5th movie together that they've done.
Movie, Fruitvale.
Fruitvale, Black Panther.
Wow.
I think all 3 Creeds.
Yep. So they're locked. Yeah. They're definitely brothers in real life.
Absolutely.
So it was crazy, man. I think to me, that was probably one of the most influential things of 2025. I think that's going to be one of those movies where you just got to add it to the arsenal of that's a Black movie. You just got to, that's one of ours.
And then the conversation, the movie, the concept, the movie itself, where it took you, how it left you. Everybody had a different take after they saw the movie, what it meant. And that's another, when it's a good movie, man. When everybody walks away with a whole different, well, I thought this about, I loved the beginning, but I didn't care for the end. Well, I did care for the end. How did they get to the end? How did they, some kind of way, dog was able to move that to over there. So yeah, it's an amazing movie, man. You can watch it again and again, and you will walk away with a different
message or a different perspective. Yep, truly. Yep. So that was for me. That was mine. I was definitely one of the people who had an opinion on the way it ended. I think the movie was like 2.5 hours. I was like, for a solid hour and about 49 hour and 49 minutes we were rocking. The last I was like, oh no, what happened? But you know, but again, it speaks to a culture, and you have to learn about that history, and do the homework and see what he was trying to do there. And regardless of my opinion or anyone else's opinion, at the end of the day, it did phenomenal. It did what it needed to do. It did more than it needed to do, honestly. And again, you know, it's just funny to me. We get all these nominations,
man,
and we come away with 2
Crumbs.
corny awards.
Crumbs.
But I mean, this is our show. We could do it if we want to, but I mean, I guess we could. We got all month. We got all month. We got all month. We got all month. We can revisit this because
absolutely. And it's gonna reveal itself. So we just need to stay tuned. It's gonna reveal itself.
Yeah.
And then bring it to the people because it's coming up. It's coming out for sure.